Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to talk on a very important topic, which are fashion mood boards. In very simple term, fashion mood boards give us a visual idea on the whole collection and the mood that can also mean a vibe you want to create using a mixture of particular elements like some illustrations which you are making, some magazine cuttings, or you can directly download some pictures from the internet, some fabric swatches, color swatches. You can also write down some text, or you can use the cuttings from a magazine to write some key points, or adding any kind of aesthetic value. So guys, here you can see I have this fabric swatches in plaid and this stripe pattern. So I will be using these three key patterns to develop my whole mood board. So guys, keep watching the video till the end. I shall be talking about all the important points you can keep in mind while creating your mood boards traditionally. There are actually several ways of doing it, but today we will focus mostly on this method. You can see I have some different color papers with me. Firstly, you can see here I have some cuttings of the magazine. So if I like any particular paper or the page from the magazine, I keep it for further reference. You can look at this one particularly. You can see it's written neon glow. So this page has all the elements in the neon colors. So this particular idea can also be used for a styling purpose, like you are styling your client. You can add all the elements on your board, which will really help you to visualize the idea, like how you're going to stylize the whole garment, or how you can make your collection using the neon elements, not just in garment but in any other kind of accessory also. So I do like taking references from magazines or online portals. You have Pinterest, you have Google, so you can just search and you can get multiple ideas to work on. Creating the mock mood boards really help us to understand texture, to understand colors, fabrics. So not just illustrations, you can also make boards like this in your free time. So I have done this some of the boards using some colors, textures, and in this one particularly I've taken some color schemes. I've tried to maintain that color palette. So in this all mood boards, mostly I have used my own illustrations only. So it's not necessary that you have to use your illustrations. You can also download pictures. So I was just playing with some strokes, some color strokes, some textures. So in this whole mood board, I was trying to show a compilation of the textures, and in this one something like a neon kind of look. You can also include other kind of elements like the footwear, some bags, some sunglasses, overall to create that whole mood that what your collection is all about. So guys, I hope by now you can understand little bit about the mood board. In this video I will make another one. I will create another one to show you the whole process, like how I do it generally. I will be using this basic elements like the stylized illustrations, some of the magazine cuttings from these old magazines, the fabric swatches, and some color swatches which I will be creating with this markers. So I'm using this easy coloring method and I will be doing mostly the stylized illustration. Here we will not focus on the detailing of the garment, just to create a stylized look and a aesthetic value of the whole board so that it looks visually very creative. So here I'm going through the magazine and you can see there are some footwears which you can add. So my board is on the menswear. So I'm looking for some of the cuttings which I can use, like some of the elements which I can use in the board. So if you have magazines, if you have newspaper, definitely use them, or just directly go to Pinterest, go to Google, download the pictures which you can use it for the boards. Another thing you can use from the magazines are this letters, this writings, and they look very creative when you cut and paste them. That creates a nice collage art kind of look. Like here you can see this also looks very creative. So wherever you feel, you can definitely use any kind of element from any source. I'm starting with a stylized illustration on this white paper. I will be cutting it and pasting it on the black chart paper so the white will really pop up. So here you can use different colorful chart papers to just paste it on the other one, and that will also create a nice volume and like adding little layers on the board. So here you can see guys, I was scrolling through the Pinterest to look at all the ideas, and you can search simply by putting the keywords. Like if you are searching with fashion mood board, you can get example of lots of mood boards to understand the layout. Like that is important that once you are ready with your elements, how you're going to paste it. So I think first you can just write down the elements which you're going to use. Like you may not add all the elements together on a single mood board. You can skip some of the elements, like sometimes you can skip the fabric swatches and just use the color cards. That can also be done. So here you can see there is some mood board templates that you can just download and directly paste the pictures over that also. So after this I'm searching for some silhouettes of the garment. Like once I'm done with the idea, like once I've understood my inspiration, now inspiration board is different. Suppose my inspiration is plaid and stripes, but the next question is that on what kind of garment I'm going to use my plaid pattern. So on the inspiration board guys, you are just going to paste the pictures directly. You can download from the internet the pictures of your inspiration and paste that on the inspiration board. And after that you are going to create the other boards, which is already explained in my fashion portfolio video. If you have not seen that video, you can go and check out. I shall be posting the links in the description box, or you can click directly on this I button. So guys, you may wonder that what are the importance of mood boards or simply any board. Like you can directly start sketching and then you can stitch your garment and create your design. So that can be just simple. But when you are a designer, it's important that you create your unique design. You tell a story behind the collection. So when you create a mood board, firstly that helps us to understand the visual appearance, that when you include all the elements in the board, that gives the overall aesthetic value, that okay, this is the collection is based on this and that element. Next, it's the coordination of the elements, like the fabrics, like the patterns, like the surface ornamentation, whether both are going together or not. And lastly, the whole purpose is to create the initial design. Suppose you are creating a certain collection for a client, and you can show the boards to your client to get their approval or to make certain changes if needed. So there you can make the changes in the color palette maybe, or some of the silhouettes maybe, or just change a bit of the fabric. So the certain changes are to be made before you stitch the final product. So I would highly recommend this exercise to create mock mood boards that really help us as a designer to understand the pattern, to understand the fabrics, how we can create a sampling of the fabrics, and the whole idea behind creating a collection. Read magazines regularly, go to Pinterest and just search for new ideas, save the ideas whichever you feel like you want to try it out. It's not that you need to create boards only for portfolio or only for a fashion show. You can just simply practice them for creating your own thing, and it doesn't need to be something extraordinary every time. You can just take the simple elements. Like here I've taken just a simple plate to show this in a very simple manner. So like this you can start with a very simple thing and later keep on building the idea to create it on a more creative level. So I've taken the cutout from the paper guys, and now is the placement on the black chart paper. So you can see the white cutout is really popping up on the black background. So let me create some more illustrations. I will create some more stylized illustration, and along with that I will be using some other elements. So here you can see how you can use different colorful chart papers according to the mood of the fabric. Also, not necessary that you need to do this method. You can also use markers to give a nice border to the cutouts. That can also be done on a single paper. So this paper I will not be wasting, I will cut it out, and I can use this for creating the color palette here. So directly you can swatch your color on a single paper, or you can swatch them on a different paper, then cut it out and then paste it on a clean paper. Here on this paper, very quickly I will create a stylized figure of the suit pattern, and I will also color it using marker to create the stripe pattern using the chiseled part of the marker, guys. Now this is again not very necessary that you have to use a particular color. Again, in the color you can be very creative, you can play with the strokes like watercolors, pencils, or brush pens. So what I feel, guys, that using colors you can also show the texture and the softness or the heaviness of the fabric. So sometimes you are creating a collection on a very delicate fabric, like something in a sheer fabric, so in that time you can use watercolors maybe to show that dreamy look of the fabric. Or sometimes you want to show a very textured look of the fabric, for example wool or leather jackets, denims. So in that case you can use maybe markers and good amount of pencil work over the fabric, so that can also be done to show that effect of textures. So that time you are just showing the textures with your pencil color mediums. So here I'm done, guys, and I will also cut this one out. And here you can see I've taken the cutout of this particular section, and I will be using this in the illustration. So I can also use this footwear, I can use all this material. So I'm just looking for some other elements which I can use from the magazine, like the footwears you can use. Sometimes you can also use the fabrics. So here for example you can see the denim fabric, those can also be used. So you can see, guys, slowly I'm coming together with the elements. I made another one, and I'm done with this three illustrations. So I will be using this three stylized illustration, and also I'm pasting this fabric swatch over a white paper so that the fabric swatch looks better, because it was not showing properly on a black base. So I will paste it over a white color paper. And now it's all about the placement of the elements. And here you can see, guys, I will be using this cutout of this footwear on this illustration. So this idea you can really explore. Just go and search collage art. So there is a work of mixed media involved, where you can just include your handmade illustrations with cuttings from magazines using textures of colors, and lots of creative ideas are involved. So here you can see, guys, I'm done with the placement of the elements. I've used this cuttings from the magazines, and the fabric swatches and the handmade illustration. So I've combined three different elements. I've used the cuttings from the magazine to mention this, and using a paper clip I've attached this fabric. And this you can do when you want to feel the fabric, so you can really take it on your fingers, on your hand, and you can feel the fabric on both the sides. So this can be done using paper clip. So the color board includes the color of the fabrics of the surface ornamentation, or the main colors from your illustration, which you are going to use in your upcoming collection. Like you are going to mix and match the colors and create the whole collection. So this is the mood board in a very simple manner. You can see I've included some of the ideas. So once I have my mood board ready, guys, now I can create my upcoming collection. I will look at my mood board, what are my major elements. My major element is a plate, and also the helping element, the stripe. So here I've also included little pattern of the stripe, and the stripe can also be like a helping element to the plate, like the plate is a major element, and along with this I can use some like solid colors, like some of the stripe patterns. As a styling element, I have included this particular footwear. So definitely you can also consider the styling point of view, that what other element might go along with your collection which you are creating to enhance the overall mood. So I hope you enjoyed this video and let me know your views in the comment section. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Also, you can press the bell icon to get the notifications of my upcoming uploads. I shall see you all very soon with another interesting tutorial. Till then, take care. Bye bye.